Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with the M.
And see,
Okay, y'all. Yesterday we had this, me and T was having this conversation about a couple of topics. And today we're going to talk about that topic. And it's going to probably piss off a lot of people, but we don't really care. We got to stop dancing around the issues with dating and relationships and what are we doing out here, because the dating game is all fucked up. And I don't know how y'all fuck the dating game up like this. This is bad. Now, when T and I, well, particularly when I was dating, T's a little, of course, a little younger, so her dating experience is a little different. But for us, for me, it was like we didn't date just out here just fucking dating randomly. We went out here just spending money on random people and doing that kind of shit. We actually got to meet the person. We wanted to meet each other. We may have had a little something, something. You know what? I don't know, but I want to meet him. So we did it. We had a way of doing. We had steps of dating. So it wasn't like we was out here randomly just shooting shit, take a shotgun and shooting it out there and hopefully hit somebody. We were doing that shit. Now T is a little different. T's little thing. How did you explain your little thing, T?
how you not? I'm not familiar with dating in any of these realms. I'm just going to weigh in on what I believe is happening. Can I say that? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. So today we're going to talk about, the good, the bad, the ugly
Yeah.
of this bullshit ass dating game, which is so crazy. And I'm going to start this by saying there's so much bullshit on the internet about dating, these skits and all this other bullshit. It's insulting that anybody could be that fucking dumb to fall for these things. And I'm like, the hell's going on? These men can't be that fucking dumb. These women can't be that goddamn dumb. But based on what I'm seeing, they're pretty fucking dumb. And that's scary because in the long run, it hurts society, it hurts your family, it hurts the community, it hurts everybody. So today we'll talk about what you should be doing in dating and what you should be looking at. But we're just gonna put it out there. And you can give us feedback after the podcast comes out, whatever, because we really want to know what the hell are y'all doing out there in dating, and why are y'all here doing dumb shit in dating. But that's how we're gonna start this off. So T, yeah, like I said, we send stuff back to ourselves all the time. About, you see this shit, you see this shit, and it's like this shit can't be real. Like the whole bringing your kids to the goddamn date and buying food for your kids and all that crazy ass goddamn shit. And by the infamous, you got to at least pay. I got to be paid to go on a date. Let me say something, women. I fucking got to pay you to go on a fucking date. We are now. This is no longer a date. This is a prostitution. This is goddamn prostitution. Which means for $500, I better get everything. If I'm spending $500 on you, better get everything. If I'm spending 1,000, you know you're gonna give up everything, and we're not gonna have a relationship. It's just strictly I'm gonna
I'm gonna
talk
just
to you and bang and keep it moving. What you want to say, T?
I'm gonna just giggle because the fuck, nah, nah. Just do a little giggle. Yeah, absolutely. I can respect the idea that the man doesn't want to feel like a date is transactional. I can definitely understand that. A mature woman, who is truly coming to date, to date.
Hmm.
Okay. You're not paying for me to date, you're not going to be an exchange and, money to my account from your account, generally speaking. Some men feel gracious. Some men, that's how they attract women, though. Like, that's their thing. I'm not
Hmm.
expecting that. But, if you slide whatever it is that you wanted to slide, then you can understand that most women are not going to, necessarily decline. That's just some men. If all we're doing out is going out on a date and we're just getting to know each other, then that's what we're doing, right? Two mature people going out to know each other, just getting to hang out. That's great. But that's idealistic, right? That's like our best case scenario.
Hmm.
Generally, what we see happening in social media, Bill, is the exposure of all the games that are being played, right?
Yep.
And the attempts for the come ups or just like that ease in life, right? Because generally speaking, if I had a husband, right, and he and I had children, you know, he would take the children out to eat and he would make life easy. So I wouldn't have to worry about, providing for those children's nutritional needs. That's what he would do. But because he's not present, I'm looking for that bit of ease, somewhere. Even if my heart isn't open, right?
Hmm.
That's where the games come in at, right? My heart's not open to you because baby daddy's playing around with someone else. He kind of he dumped me. You don't
Yeah.
know. You don't know what happened. It's like, huh? Now I gotta call my mother. Now she about to go back to jail. I gotta call my sisters. Like y'all starting shit. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you got to deal with rejection, and the kids still need to eat. So now, what are you gonna do? You gotta start playing games with the same people who you know for damn sure had been playing games with you before, right?
Yep.
I'm like these savage beasts are coming into a realm with all these lambs, right? And say, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the men have become the victim. Oh no, I don't want her to take advantage of my money. I'm not paying to go on no date. We need to, what? We're not going half. I guarantee you that. Y'all don't even want nobody going half. I would always advise my son. What? I'm not saying that the kids would always have it, but
Hmm.
generally speaking, y'all can do something else if you need her to go have. You gotta, or you need to go sit down and go to work instead of going out to eat. I don't know. I don't know. Take some investment classes. Maybe that's what y'all should be doing instead of, trying to go out to steak dinner. I don't know, but
Damn.
you're not gonna dumb me down. You're not gonna cheapen me. Because you haven't quite got yourself together. Now I can respect that if I'm showing you that my heart's not open and I'm only here for the bullshit. And you walk away. That's fair. But
Absolutely.
if we both come to tango and to dance this dance of bullshit together, that's our fucking business. Y'all mind your business. Y'all we bullshitting each other. Let's go. Mask on. Mask on. That's a lot of people are doing. And they know that, right? And
Yep.
there's a few people in the pot who's, playing the fool. Because that's what's going on. A lot of people are literally mask up, mask on, coming out of divorces, coming away from their what they thought would be forever people who never took them to the altar. Um, Baby mothers who they thought would be solid women. They just weren't solid. Or maybe you wasn't solid and they stepped out and you couldn't forgive. You know how men are. Um, it's all types of reasons why the situation breaks down. But once it breaks down, that hurt that people are sitting with, that they're going through, and then they showing back up at your house talking about some they baby 4 months old, and you going like, we got a mask up. Cause like who has this newborn child and don't want that man to come back home? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
True.
still play in that arena. Give about a year. Shit hit the fan. It be going to the left and the right. You don't know which way she had it playing. And technically she didn't either. Cause she was played out of her position when old boy left her high and dry. So she had to go play with somebody else. See what
Yeah.
into this whole game and cycle. And I don't want to be the type of person, but you see how I said the man started it? You see,
Yeah, I heard you say that. You said we started it. Now, how the hell? Okay.
that's just one scenario. It's not just a man, but it's just one scenario. I know several men who not several because that would be reckless to say, but I do know too many men who walking around with children attached to them and the woman not there. Like she literally just dropped the ball.
Wow.
And so I mean, can you imagine as a man? As a man.
Let me tell you, before you continue, mad respect for all the single dads out there. For y'all to handle this business, mad respect for you. Go ahead,
And
T.
it don't be like single fatherhood, like once they become toddlers or school age. We talking about these is diaper changing dads. These are formula shaking, warm up the bottle, hit it on the back of their, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like what?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm, hurt for the women who going through it. We're stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? These men and built like this. You know the type of hurt you gonna come back into that whole dating realm with, how protected you are, how guarded you are. You only just for a little while, you might just be only showing up for a good time. You
That's
know,
true.
be the only thing you can show up for, right?
Yep.
And
That's true.
are their counterparts, the women, right? You so hurt, you only can really, even when you thought you were showing up for love or to be solid, you realize, nah, I need too much right now. Nah, or I can't give enough right now.
And T,
So
that's very true. I mean, people, and I know of quite a few people who basically they run on the I don't want to deal with the hurt mentality. It's like I've been hurt, but I got to get back in the game, so I don't have to really deal with that hurt. And I'm gonna go ahead and probably by getting a new relationship, it's gonna help me work this out. But the past thing, but what you do is you haven't healed, so you find yourself out there doing the same
nobody,
stuff after.
don't nobody want to hear that shit. Okay, everybody's tired of hearing. You gotta heal. You gotta heal. No, get us a new word. That's all we saying. Get us a new word.
Well, here's the word I I want to use, T. Grow the fuck up. Because again, this is life. This. I think we have a lot of people who really are in childhood mode in their mind, but they want to be grown as adults. But it's certain things you don't want to deal with because that's going to make them have to fucking grow up. And I'd rather play games and do all this other shit rather than grow up and look at my true reality and try and get that shit straight. So I'd rather play games, do all this shit until I finally feel like growing up or something shakes me to growing up. But motherfuckers, you have kids, you've had kids, been in relationships. You play the grown man game. You play the grown people game.
I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry, viewers. I don't agree with you, co-host. I don't. I feel like, in my mind, right? You're a married person, right? It
Hmm.
gives you certain privileges and things that you never like. You don't have the capacity to understand what it means to heal all alone, right? Because the hurt that you felt for so long, you healed inside your marriage. You were still there kicking your leg off on that person. You know what I'm saying? Even like the idea of being like alone or lonely. You
Hmm.
were married and you and your mate are, oh, I feel alone. Yeah, you feel alone in a house with a man. Sure, he don't talk to you, but that's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So the idea of like married people giving single people advice, and yes, you gotta heal, but it's like, you saying it all careless, like you just do this all easily, and just go over there, give yourself 2 years and heal, work on yourself, get your body together. It's not no walk in the park. That's not fair. You
This is true. You're absolutely right, T. I have different glasses because I'm looking at it from stability and being in a relationship for damn near almost 40 years. And you would look at it differently, being in a relationship almost over 20 plus years. So our vision is a little different,
I
but
know because I've seen it, I've heard it. I have a close friend or two. When you come out of the marriages, the alone hit differently. We showing up differently when you got the single friends. You know, there's some bits and pieces to the story that you can't quite relate to. I don't give a damn how sad, mad you are. If you crying in a house with a man, it's different than you crying in a house without a man. You know what I'm
I give you that. Touche.
I mean, I like what the song say? If you think you're lonely now, okay, wait until tonight when he really gone. Okay, you just wait. Um, but that's the privilege of being married, and that's the part that we feel like a lot of people um miss when they give up on their relationship is that yeah, you're gonna be hurt. Yeah, you're gonna be offended. Um, but that connection, that bond, it helps with the buffering. It helps to buffer you through those things, right?
Hmm.
You're still with that person. So the idea that you just healing, because if I've been married since 20s, right, and I'm in
Hmm.
40s, how much healing on my own have I done? Let's just be real here. Let's just keep it one, like, because I don't want to pretend like we can relate on certain things and that everybody's going through the same thing, right? So
Hmm.
hurt, you just heal and it's just like, but I just kind of feel like the path that someone who is single in a house on their own, the wearing the brunt of like single motherhood, that alone, that loneliness, that healing path, that healing journey, going to be different. It's going to be different.
That is very true.
It's just
You're right.
It's just like the man, his healing path when he leaves, right? He is that's why we always say, oh, we're so alone. Yeah, yeah. We don't know. We can't know how alone the man is. How could we possibly know? So why the hell did you get gone? That's what we try to figure out. Why you got gone if you know you didn't like being alone like that? Get and
See,
get
see, and for men, first of all, men, we are never going to tell you how we feel because most of us don't even know how we feel because society does not allow men to bring up feelings or if they have standards or if they have boundaries or any like men supposed to be providers, protectors, and take shit until we die. And then you then you die and then you find happiness in the life beyond. That's what the society is telling us. But guys are now like, fuck that. We have boundaries. We have feelings,
yeah.
but they don't know how to really handle it because no one teaches men how to handle feelings. I'm from old school. They fuck suck that shit up. I don't give a fuck what kind of pain you're in. Physical pain, mental pain, suck that shit up. So again, they couldn't talk about it.
Some of it does need to be sucked up. Like men not supposed to manage. I don't know. I can't say men not supposed to. That's I have to rephrase that, right? Um, but what I can see because I am seeing the upbringing of the young man, right? And I'm seeing the upbringing of the young woman, right?
Hmm?
And certain parts of being strong is creating a strong image and preserving that. So you don't always have to just wither away in front of everybody. That's man and woman. But especially important to teach your males that to control themselves, to control that, not to hide the pain, not to hide the passion, but to have some sense that hey, this is happening. It's not that deep. It's like you in pain, but tap in. It's not that much pain. And I know because them sports dads, and it's not just the one dad. It's all the dads, and it's not like it's one group of dad type of dads. Mm, all them sports dads is the same type of dad out there. You know, that's you're not in that much pain. And it's to get them mindful that hold on, you can weather through so much more than you initially think that you can. And that's part of that mental grooming. And I guess we've had a disconnect on how much to kind of allow to be shown and having a release and relief somewhere, but it is important.
Yes, it really is because I know growing up, I was surrounded. It's crazy. I most of my uncles were married, most of them, and they took care of the wives. You saw what they did, and you saw how they kind of dealt with their pain. For them, it was either you drink, smoke, out there doing some other stuff, but they that's how they managed their pain because you weren't going to sit around and have a bunch of men talking about, oh, I'm going through this, bro, and I'm going through that. Didn't see that.
Yeah.
So of course, As young, you suck it up. That's what men do. We suck it up. We go through it. But that's a coping mechanism. That's not a living thing. That's just existing. And I think men have existed long enough that they're like, I'm tired of fucking existing. I want to actually enjoy this thing called life. I don't want to be just, all you do is look at me as a provider and bringing some money to the table. I'm deeper than that.
No, you remember that. You too also only look at yourself as that. So in order for me to change that viewpoint of the man has to change that viewpoint of himself too. I don't.
Touche.
I just. How else do you, as the man, value yourself?
There you go. Because of that, then you realize that you individually have to go back and say, hey, I'm more than just a paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm more than just a life insurance. I'm more than just making your life comfortable, making the kids' life comfortable.
Hmm.
I want to be goddamn comfortable. And I shouldn't be tied to a dollar sign because I could not work. Does that make me less valuable? No, because I could be there and take care of the kids. We could flip it. You could be out there working, busting your butt, and I'm home as a stay-home dad, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, cooking washing clothes, cooking dishes, because I understand um I don't make the money that I normally made, but I can still provide. I can still give things to his family of value. And I think the moment men realize that we're more than just a paycheck and more than just, a ATM,
Yeah.
then you start to grow as an individual rather than just part of the pot and part of the group.
Well,
And the other thing is so funny though, let me tell you this. They said, I read it, 91% of the men that they surveyed said they would rather someone respect them than love them.
see, the man is all over the place, in my personal opinion, right now. That just flippity, flippity, floppity, flop, right? First of all, the man to be wanted and loved for more than the money has to have purpose that is more than just the money, right? And once you get that, you're gonna live for that, right? That's why you see men who have hobbies, right?
Yep,
They show up to performing arts. You follow this group. You go out and go camping because you take away that purposeful living from being money for now being walking. Now you love doing trails or going hiking. Now you love canoeing. Now you want to do sports fishing. Now look we sports fish. Hold on, hold on. We on hold on. Let me get my apron out. Let me get my lace knife out. Hold on. What we doing? I'm your biggest fan now. You know, I loved you for you, and you had decided to put yourself in any box that you chose to. And I had become your biggest fan with anything that it is that you were doing, right?
yep.
And it just seems like we're always just making the woman look like, we wanted something for something that it wasn't when we're just simply there to, look at you guys. We just want to, and, of course we want to be taken care of. Like, almost like a little thing sitting up underneath your arm all the time. Where we going? Yeah, and give me some of your french fries. Yeah, something you got. That's how we got the baby. You know what I'm saying? Of course I want something you got. I actually need it. I actually need everything you got. And y'all looking at us weird. Like, all of a sudden we gold diggers because we want y'all to get the more of something. We need more. We need more. We not just me, you, us. The kids need the more now. You see what I'm saying? And
Yes.
all going out of whack. Um, everybody's trying to protect themselves. From what? You trying to protect yourself from me or from you?
I guarantee what you brought up a good question, but that also goes back to what we always talk about is how are these young men being raised. I know for a fact you're raising your sons much differently than probably 80% of the women out there because you give your kid purpose. You give your kid have a purpose. It's not just, oh, that's my kid, I'm gonna baby him. You're like, I'm preparing you, I'm gonna love you, but I'm also preparing you for life when you get out there on your own. So I'm gonna have to have you think for yourself. I have to learn about yourself, and you're gonna tell them, hey, don't do that shit. That shit ain't what you're supposed to do. So you're actually guiding them, and of course, but they got the dad too. So you are guiding these young men to be healthy young men. Not to say they're gonna have they're going. We all have issues because again, we're human, but you're giving them such a good footing walking out the door that they kind of know that if when I get out here, I'm prepared for different things. I'm prepared for how life is going to hit me, how women are going to approach me, and then I, as a man, have to approach myself as a leader or somebody who's knows what they want and not going to accept anything less than that. A lot of guys are just out here being raised. Their mama like, God damn, whoo, they're 18 years old. I got them out the door. Well,
Mhm.
that's what you did. You raised them for 18 years. You didn't teach them shit. You put food on the table, roof over their head, clothes in the back. You did what you did. But now these guys are unprepared for when they get out there. Now they're looking at women approaching them, and now they're like, well, how do I really deal with this? So then, they get their feelings all intertwined, and all of a sudden emotionally they get involved. But then they start making emotional decisions instead of logical decisions, and then they get caught up in bad situations. And oh God, why she got me? Well, she ain't trap you, player. In fact, is she gives them draws. It's very easy to turn them draws down. So it ain't like she forced me to fall between her legs and have this baby. No,
Yeah.
we know it's you did it. But then you have to man up and be responsible for that. And you may not be ready for it, but damn it, it's here. You got to grow the fuck up quickly. So you know,
You say,
I,
wow. Nah, he did.
I did. You got to grow the fuck up because I hear it all the time. See,
Yeah.
but Uncle, I like how you and Auntie talk about stuff, but these women don't understand me. And the first question I ask is, do you understand yourself? You know what
Mm.
they say? Well, no. How you not understand yourself? You're out here perpetrating a fraud, basically saying, "Here's who I am," but you ain't really that. But then the women is tied to what you said that you are, but you're really not. And then you're confused by she fell for that guy, but not who you are. But you're like, I don't know why she didn't see me. What motherfucker? You didn't show you. You showed the mask of you, not
No,
who you are.
I had a conversation where somebody was trying to convince me that when a man is like m- moving with you, like he's entertaining with you, and he has his mask on, that it's your fault as a woman for not seeing past that mask because you have what is called a woman's intuition. And I was like, wow. So you fall victim to being a fool, right? Or don't I'm not gonna use the V word, If
Hmm.
you fool, right? Um, because this guy is really that good, right? Or you really are that heartbroken, right? So now you really looking dumb, right? Pretending like you're not. And you fall for this, and your women's intuition didn't kick in. That's your fault because you technically wanted to believe all of those lies. And the man should have no accountability for his shit because you knew he was lying to you. And I was just like, what? We're lost. We're lost. So it's
Yes,
okay, people, and it's the person's fault for being a fool enough to believe it. That was the whole point of you lying to that person because you thought they would believe it. That was the
hello.
point.
Wow. But T, here's the thing. Here's the crazy shit. We all know everyone has a mask. So if you go into any relationship and thinking somebody ain't lying to you, you're a fucking fool. Because we all lie to you. Somehow, something, some T, you know damn well we lie. Men lie, women lie. I think it was a
I'm
Yo Gotti song. Men lie, women lie. So you know this.
full of green. Y'all keep saying one thing about the woman, and then when she shows you it's true, y'all be looking at her like, but you should have known better. Y'all already said the woman is silly, right? You already said she's emotionally driven, and you already said that her judgment is poor. Did you not already say all of those things about the women, right? And not just some women. Y'all said women, okay? Women. Our judgment is poor, emotionally driven, right?
Mm-hmm.
and silly, basically. Put all those things, three things together. No, don't come whispering sweet nothings in my ear. I'm gonna fall for it every time. If you look like how I want you to look, and you're gonna fit into this, you know, thought that I have for you. Mm-mm, mm-mm. What you say? Say it again, babe. Say it. Yes, I am. Yeah, it's just y'all already know this though. That's why you're the dominating, gender, right? That's why we're calling you the leader because you can run circles around us. It was this one guy, I don't know his name. He's a very nice looking man. Okay, he's maybe he looks like a few years older than me. Okay,
Hmm.
he's a fair skinned man. In his comment section, the women all he does like gender role skits, right? Like how the woman will react, how the men will react, type of thing. The women in the skit, because he's nailing the women, are saying that this man is gay. And that's fine if he is. But I calls up my cousin and I says, "Cuz, these women really think that this man is gay. Do they not know this man will run circles around with he
Wow.
really these some of these men you can look at them until they have the capacity and ability to run circles around you, right? And you
Hmm.
you can't. You're defenseless. You're totally defenseless. And y'all keep rendering us defenseless and then mad when we don't have our defenses up. Like, what are you doing? I can't help it. That's why your girls be coming in, kicking in the door, picking you off the floor. Your girl could have been a wrestling champ in school. She could have practiced, boxing after school. I mean, your girl could be nice with the arms, nice with the hands. Let a man, let her man start playing around with her. All of a sudden, she too gonna need help. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, rendered defenseless in this thing called love. That's why I be like, girl, you got to get away. You ain't got shit to get away from. Your mother lives 2 blocks around the corner. You know, no, we're defenseless. All of a sudden, they done knocked you upside with the joint you on massage, and now you don't know which way to go with it no more. No, that's not fair. Y'all stop treating us like that. We are victims. We're not
I,
no damn more. Give us some honor. We need some respect. And eventually we all, we're not all going, honor and respect our back. That would be crazy to think.
you know what, T? You're absolutely right. What you said is absolutely correct. That's the assumption that if the man you're talking to is really a man. And what I mean by that is you could be a man. I'm 18, I'm a man. No, that means you're of age.
Yeah.
I know 50-year-old boys, but yet I know 25-year-old men. And the problem is a lot of these men aren't really men. They're men like they're man boys, but they haven't grown up. They're still emotionally unintelligent. They can't really control motions are something for men that it's hard to control.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when you're young, they say boys be boys and all that stuff, but then that turns into him doing some things that you're like, oh, well, I didn't think he was gonna turn out that way. Well, you allow shit to flow. You boys have to be taught. Again, going back to your sons, you taught them the pillars of manhood, so to speak. Certain
Then,
things you go,
then I didn't teach the manhood. I didn't teach
no, no,
them
no. Yeah,
that.
but no, no, but see what I'm about to say. You
Oh,
and your husband, see,
shit.
and you're getting the yin and the yang. That's I think ultimately that's what's happening with men. We're getting yang, or we're getting yin. We ain't getting the yin and the yang because you have to have both of them to become balanced.
Yeah.
It's a term that people talk about, but and they don't know what the fuck it is. But balance means you can handle your emotions. You can handle. You can be logical and emotional and handle it in such a way that it's smooth. You can handle it. It doesn't frustrate you. It doesn't make you, oh damn, why she gotta do this to me? by him seeing the yin and the yang allows him to have a much more balanced approach with different things. Now, mind you, he's gonna still get emotional because we're humans, but he
Right.
knows how to handle it. He knows how to put that. So, and for instance, women don't realize when you fuck a man's heart up, he's fucked up. He won't tell you. He'll probably, maybe do something. Oh, babe, why you gonna be like that? But behind the scenes, when he's with us, we hear all that shit. We hear all of it. I can't believe she broke my heart. I mean, snot bubbles, tears, all that. Because she done broke his
Like,
goddamn heart.
yeah, that's what you deserve too. That's what most of y'all didn't deserve that. Y'all did. Y'all did. Y'all did because it's a woman to break a man's heart. Yeah. Look at you. Look at you.
See,
You be clutch too. Yes, shit
I had to
with a
bust my purse. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
no pity. All the women that I didn't had to rescue off the brink to death. Okay? You darn near got to bring them women back to life. Some of them you gotta show up to certain psych wards in the hospital after y'all done with these women. What they say, the white dress that you done put these women in is in the insane asylum. We don't give a damn about y'all snot bubbles. We don't give a yes, it hurts. Yes. But then you got your one heart broken to probably 45 hearts you done broke out there in them streets. 45? 45? What? No. Yeah, get the snot bubbles out. Get them shits out and go heal for 2 years by your damn self. Yeah. 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 You done probably hurt one of more than one girl in my crew. What? Are you playing with the yeah, y'all messy too. Them broke
Oh,
households, friendships, mother-daughter bonds, messy. Y'all will sit there and do all that messy shit. Get one girl, and y'all thought she was the shit too. Y'all said I'm marrying this joint. Took her home to your mother and everything, and then she broke
yes.
and now you're mad because not only is your heart broken, but your ass is embarrassed now. I was embarrassed too. You ain't give a shit about that. How you think it's how embarrassing is that for you to be left high and dry with a baby? You see how women be feeling? They don't give a damn. These men be leaving them on the side of the road, left in random places and shit. I be getting all types of phone calls. Nah, sis, he left me on the side of the road.
Oh,
Starting to get y'all broken at some point out here in these streets. Yeah, we ain't got no pity for men. I'm sorry. Yes, we do. We got a little pity because you over there mad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead and get y'all's heart broken, see how it feels. And then y'all become real savage beasts. Like, can't nobody break your heart no more. You done gave out 47 heartbreaks to your one. And you back at it like a old juggernaut, trying to knock everybody out. That's wrong. Y'all know y'all dead wrong for that shit. Talking about how the pool all messed up like that. Of a damn so well wonder. Most of us are healed. Jesus.
and I'm gonna speak for the men. The men, yeah. Here's the other thing, T. We both know there are levels of men.
Uh-huh.
So that's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful of the levels of men and women you're dealing with, because we're talking in general, but
Mm-hmm.
again, we also understand that there are people you should not be even fucking talking to. First of all, I don't give a fuck how beautiful she is. I don't give a fuck. She smells like goddamn rainbows and ice cream. Don't give a fuck about any of that. All I know is you need to come to this shit with your eyes wide open and understand that you don't even know who she is. Her presentation is beautiful, wonderful, smell good, all that. She could be rotten to the goddamn core. But we want to let the other head lead us rather than the head on top of our shoulders and get tired of some fuck shit because I didn't realize. Let me tell you what dumb shit some guy told me
All
or
right.
sent an email. He said, I was dating this girl, again from England. I don't know why I get so many people from England, but England. And he said, I was dating this girl, fine, beautiful. She was a dancer and all this stuff. And I thought we were going to have a baby and get married and all this shit. First of all, so when he said that shit, that's okay. I knew you got wrapped around that beauty and all that.
Oh, regular?
Just wrapped around tight. He said, so then he said, and 3 weeks later, she moved in with me.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I started seeing her for who she was. And it lasted about 5 more months, and then she had to get out of my house, and then I had to go through all this shit with the court system and get her kicked out and all this stuff. What mistake did I do? Big Hawk, what mistake I did? Easy question. First of all, you don't move anybody in your spot in 3 weeks. You don't even fucking know them. Why would you move? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
You're supposed to sit her out, find out about her, probe a little bit. It's like bread. You pick at the bread, is it squishy enough? Is it hard? Whatever. You have to test the bread. You can't grab the first loaf and walk out the door. You get home like, God damn, got mold in this bread. First thing. You didn't let the shit even work itself out. You just quickly brought her in and thought how fine she was and all this stuff, but realized she was fucked up person. Personally, she was fucked up. He said she was lazy, didn't want to clean, all kinds of shit. Again, if he had took a little bit more time, you would have found that shit out.
We just met in 3 weeks. How much you want me to do? I thought this was a free ride. What?
See, that's again.
Like, come
Why?
on.
Think about it, T.
About
Who the fuck moves in with someone in 3 weeks?
Yeah. I'd like, and seeing as though it's been 3 weeks, I ain't had enough time to talk about the arrangements of me moving in.
Hello.
I thought you cleaned your own place, and I thought you did all the cooking. It's always a plus one left over from the food. Yeah, no,
True.
and then you got to find out the hard way. Mm.
So I said, stop rushing. And all he said, well, he responded back to me, man, I'm just trying to find somebody. I'm 36 years old. I'm trying to find that one woman. It's hard to find women out here and all this. I said, first of all, please do this for me. Stop searching for love. Find out what is going on with you. Healing, time off, what the fuck you need to do. Find out what's going on with you before you go out there trying to search for that forever woman. Because you obviously are broken or whatever the fuck term I want to use, but nobody. I mean, that goes for women too. Don't move any guy in your fucking house in 3 weeks. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
but normally the man sucks in some capacity if he doesn't have a woman. You know what I'm saying? Or he just doesn't want it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to work on yourself because there's plenty of women.
Yes, there are plenty of women like, and that's the other thing, T. The,
Yeah.
the other thing is they're so desperate. A lot of guys that send shit to me is like they sound fucking desperate. I'm like, why are you desperate? I see
And
you're the man. What are you doing?
saw the desperation when they said that, the hoo ha going to be at an all time low now because of the snapback.
There you go. There you go. Fucking levels. Now that is low level. When a motherfucker come on there talking about, I know you're getting that Snapchat. I got
Yeah,
$40 for you. Get the
yeah,
fuck out of here.
this is a rather minor supplement in the household, seeing as though it's a household and bruh. So this is all you bring into the table. Like that's you gotta work on yourself a little bit, and then again, you're gonna come in with this little bit of money, and then eventually I'm gonna need more money, right? Because I'm naturally a gold digger, right? We already relate all the women with that, and they be looking at me weird because you didn't figure out how to dig up any more money. So where am I getting? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna run out because you never worked on yourself, and the only thing you presented was like money being your thing. But if you was like, nah, I love nature, but nature run out. It never run out. So when I'm like, come on, let's go do some more nature stuff, you're like, well, okay, let's go do some more nature stuff. It's still right there, right? If you fall in love with culinary life, let's go explore some new ingredients, or let's go try a new recipe. When those run out, that doesn't run out because I'm always want more. Right? It's not just the gold I'm digging you, right? So I'm always want more of you. If you rib master, listen, it's a whole nother smoker that we can try this year. Provide a new one. Okay, we're in this shit together. I'm putting a big bow on that right. You told me about it. I'm buying it, bringing it home, wrapping it up, putting it outside, and luring you to the back for the holidays. You know. So when we talk about like that little bit that you bring into the table and then you mad because all we wanted was the money or something, it's because you ain't had shit other than that.
And that's very true. That's why I try to tell men, expand your horizon. We're more than money. We're more than just a paycheck. And if you think of yourself as more as a paycheck, then you need to work on that because you'll never find happiness and you'll
And
never be happy.
if you're only going to work, See, some men, they go to work, come home, eat dinner, watch a little TV, and they be like, "Oh, that's all I got time to do."
Mm,
Well, that's all you got then. And then if she only wants you for money, because that's all you present yourself with, then don't be weirded out that that's all she would like. This should just make it make sense. Like the only thing you could do is lay down on your back, and that's all that man want. And then all of a sudden he want a new position, and you can't do that because you all you know is laying on your back. Then what you want? You know, like, man, that shit was cool, but you was just laying there. But now all of a sudden you're like, I'm tired today. He's like, can you get up? And you're like, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So it's we gotta live for more. We gotta do the more, and not for somebody else, but living for just for purpose of life.
yes, you're absolutely goddamn right. And again, we have to stop being, as you said, so one dimensional. And
Yeah.
that's both sides. It's one dimensional. It's more than pussy and dick.
Mm-hmm.
Life is it's much more fuller. And the moment you can realize or recognize that life is broader than just that, then
Mm-hmm.
you realize you really start to find happiness and you'll really find your mate. The problem is everybody's so stuck on so many just the minor things or little things that they don't really grow to really expand and say, oh shit, I really do like this. Like you said, fishing or hunting or bowling or golfing or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to be more than just dollars and cents.
Got to get out there though. You got to actually explore, and you can't be waiting on other people to explore, things with you. That's where you'll probably find your mate at. Get your ass up out of there. Stop going to work all the time.
You're you are absolutely
Yeah,
right, T.
that's
You're absolutely
all
right.
that time and then figure out. Then 5 years go past because they was doing all this overtime and realized I ain't been to the gym in how long? Now you don't even like going to the gym.
See, here's a quick story. Me and my wife go to the gym 5 days a week.
Hmm.
Everybody's like, "Ah, damn, I see you, I see her." I see we that's something we do as a couple. And she don't like golf, so I play golf. She does her thing. But you're open enough to say, you know what? I may not like what you do, but I'm gonna try because it makes you happy. It's like you'll probably don't like what I do, but it makes me happy. And that's the part, that's the missing part. There's no give and take. There's like this way or the highway. It can't be this way. You have to be open enough to know that everything ain't gonna be perfect. Everything is gonna be roses and shit. But you gotta give the relationship time. If you're gonna be in a relationship with someone, time to grow, time to bloom. So many people so quick to get out. Oh, she pissed me off. Oh, he pissed me off. Gone. So that could have been your guy, but
Hmm.
you're so anxious and so no no mad emotional about it. Fucked up and probably left your soulmate over there. These people in general need to find out before you go out there and search for anybody. Who are you? What are you? Because again, that means take your mask off, at least so you'll know. A lot of people, as you said, we all wear masks. But
Yeah.
fuck, before you go out there and date, can you take your mask off and know who the hell you are before you put the mask back on? Because at least at that point, you know who you are and what you're looking for, and know that the other person has a mask too. So understand that. Don't oh she's it's so beautiful. No, 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 no. This is a presentation. It's like a TV show. But you have to be able to know that okay, it's a TV show. I have to go deeper, ask the questions. Let's see if it works or doesn't work. But that's something that needs to happen. But everybody's so gung ho about the perfect relationship, there's no perfect relationships. There's no perfect people. You just have to work out who you are with who you're trying to find, and hopefully it works itself out. That's all you can do. So how you want to end this particular thing, T?
Totally agree. The art of perfection is what you literally are creating in every relationship. You have the ability to create something that is perfect for you too. Um, and just a relationship with yourself. Be mindful to create that perfect relationship with just yourself. Um, and everything else better come. It's not going to, no, I can guarantee you that.
No, it won't, guys. It won't. And like I said, with T, again, wrap it up with her little bow. I'm going to end this episode of On the Mic with the M.
And see.
Peoples, like we say all the time, before you go out here looking for love, love yourself first. And once you do that, everything else falls in falls in the line. But love yourself first. So with that, we're gonna end this episode. And people, you know how to reach us. I, I'm so happy about 35,000 subscribers and growing. We're kicking it, almost going. We're in year 3, doing well, and we got some new things coming up. So, but until then, y'all, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace and blessings.